If you want to bake a cake, you don't just throw flour and eggs at a wall. You follow a recipe. You gather your ingredients, you mix them in a specific order, and you apply heat. Writing computer code requires those exact same logical steps. Most of us imagine coding as a glowing green screen filled with impossible ones and zeros. But in the early 90s, a programmer created a language designed specifically for humans to read and write easily. He named it Python. Today, Python is the engine behind your favorite social media sites and the tools researchers use to analyze everything from climate change to global finance. It's also the primary language used to build modern artificial intelligence. When you see a computer generate an image or hold a conversation, Python is usually the language giving it those instructions. Because it reads so much like plain English, it has become a universal tool. It is simple enough for a student to learn in a weekend, but powerful enough to run the world's largest companies. Before you can bake, you need an oven. In the digital world, that means you download the core software that allows your computer to understand Python code. You can find it for free at python.org. Once your oven is ready, you need a workspace to actually write your code. Programmers call these environments, and they function like different types of kitchens depending on what you're making. If you are building a massive software project, you might use VS Code. This is the professional restaurant kitchen, a heavy-duty application built to manage thousands of files at once. But if you're just starting out, you'll likely use a Jupyter notebook. As you can see in the diagram, while a professional setup handles everything in one long file, Jupyter breaks your code into small, manageable chunks. It's a test kitchen where you can run one line of code and see the results immediately. There's even a version called Google Colab that runs entirely in your web browser. Since the computer doing the work is in the cloud, you don't have to install anything on your own machine. By picking the right environment, you remove the technical hurdles and can focus entirely on the logic of your instructions. Now we're ready to look at the code itself. Just like a recipe has a specific way of listing measurements and oven temperatures, Python has its own grammar, what programmers call syntax. To store information, we use variables. Think of a variable as a labeled mixing bowl. Here we have a bowl labeled name, and we've dropped the word Alex inside. The line of code you see below it is how we tell the computer to remember that. But a computer needs to know exactly what kind of ingredient it's handling. These are data types. Notice the difference between these two bowls. The first holds text, which Python calls a string. The second holds a whole number, called an integer. To the computer, a name and a number are different ingredients that need to be handled in different ways. By labeling your bowls and sorting your ingredients, you ensure that the computer doesn't get confused when it tries to mix them together later on. In a real kitchen, you're constantly checking your progress. In coding, this is called input and output. It's the conversation between you and the machine. Input is when the program pauses to ask you for something, like asking the user to type in their name or a number. Output is when the computer shows you the result. In Python, we use a command called print to display that result on the screen. Finally, every good chef leaves notes for the next person in the kitchen. In Python, if you start a line with a hashtag, the computer completely ignores it. This lets you leave comments, little sticky notes explaining what that part of the recipe is doing. These tools exist because coding is fundamentally for people. Your inputs and outputs connect the machine to the user, and your comments connect your thoughts to the next human being who reads your work. Seeing it together, the mystery disappears. The left is a baking recipe. The right is the exact same logic in Python. Line 1 is our comment. 2 creates our variable bowl. 3 asks for an ingredient. 4 prints the result. Programming isn't a secret art for geniuses. It is a set of clear, sequential instructions. Once you understand that basic structure, the step-by-step thinking you use every day becomes a tool for creating almost anything you can imagine. You can try it yourself right now. Open Google Colab, type the print command, and see your first code come to life. Welcome to the world of Python. If you can follow a recipe, you already have everything you need to start building.